I just requested my first payout ever from Arctic Funding, and I'm here to talk about the experience. How long did it take, and is Arctic Funding pulling a fast one? Welcome on in, guys. This is kind of like a different video than like I normally do a trade recap or have something insightful to say. More of like a review in my experience, because I think the landscape in the prop firm world is a little shaky at times. Not at times, it is shaky, and I want to at least go over my experience with one of the only stock-focused prop firms out there, and in my opinion, probably the most, I guess, enticing on paper. So I'm going to pop up over here kind of why that's the case. So if you were to go to their website and go to the stock challenge, go to a two-step, I wouldn't recommend any of the other ones personally. I think they're just kind of some BS ways to sucker you in. Go the two-step route. I know it takes longer, but just do it. Trust me, it's worth it. And you can trade with TradeLocker, DX, or Match Trader. I don't know what the offerings are on TradeLocker or Match Trader. I know DX has like a lot of stocks to trade from, like 500, 600, something like that. It's a lot. So you got a big list, all the main names that you normally trade would hear about, main large caps. And then there's some that are lacking, but like generally speaking, it's pretty good. So the whole point like that I'm getting at here though is as you kind of scroll down through, it's going to be for a $200,000 account, like it's going to cost you $1,300. And like that sounds like a lot compared to other prop firms out there, but like you can trade stocks, which is not really a thing you can do. Not to mention the only other one that I know of that's like pretty prominent is Trade the Pool. And nothing against them, I haven't used them, but their profit splits are absolutely awful, like awful. So I don't know. And then there's always codes. You can always see if I can drop this code in and see how much it takes off. It's pretty, like in my view, it's pretty interesting. It's on the higher ends, but from what they say, it's for a reason so that they can actually pay you out. And that's the question that you're asking. Well, did you get paid out? And I will say I have been paid out. So if I jump back in, I had bought a couple different accounts here, 2 different accounts, and I took my first test withdrawal of $200. I could have withdrawn more, but I took out $200 on the account, A, because I want to test it out, and B, because I want to build a cushion on my account. So on the 10K account, I was up a couple $100, but I wanted to take out less than what I was up for my, I guess, initial starting balance, so that now I have a little more cushion to that max or total drawdown. The daily drawdown stays the same, but that max drawdown, I believe, is down like $1,000 or something like that. So I can't lose $1,000, but now as I build a cushion, I could technically lose more and more and more. So it allows for me to go into potentially a bigger losing streak and be fine. Is all I'm saying. But let's talk about the timing on this. I don't want this to be super long. The timing of this, so I requested the payout on 12/26. So the day after Christmas, I requested a payout. It was kind of weird because like with the holiday and stuff, you had a half day, I think, on Christmas Eve, the 24th, day off Christmas, which was Wednesday. And then this is a Thursday. So, and then the next week, you had New Year's Eve on Tuesday, New Year's Day, Wednesday, markets are closed. I have no idea if a company like this, like how it works with like sending out money and stuff, like bank holidays and stuff. I have no idea. But I was like, well, I mean, I have no open positions because you can't have an open position to request a payout. And I don't intend to trade the rest of the year. So let me just request a payout and see how long it takes. And it took... This was at 9:59 a.m., okay, when I request this payout. It finally hit my account, my Rise account. That's what they use to pay you. It hit my Rise account on 1/4, so January 4th at 10:45 a.m. And then I made my Rise account, whatever, added my bank, requested the withdrawal from Rise, and then within about an hour or two, the same exact day, the money was in my bank account. So it took from the 26th to the 4th, so about like 9 days, little over a week, a couple days longer than a week for me to request the payout on this dashboard, whatever, on my back dashboard on Arctic Funding, to then have the money in my bank account. I have no idea if you think that that is good, that is bad. I know some places and people will say, well, it should be instant, and I think it probably should. I don't know why it can't be, but I have no idea at the same time how the holiday time frame throw this off. So my first payout, cool. I will presumably continue to trade and hopefully continue to make money. If I do, I will take a second payout at some point, and I will do so when we are not around any holidays. I will probably try to do so on a Monday to see if they can get me that payout before the end of the week to truly test it out. Because everyone says and talks a big game and talks whatever, but at the end of the day, are you actually going to pay people out in a timely manner? All I really care is, like, do I get paid out? That's all I care about. I got paid out. I'm happy is what it is. But I've heard, bad things, and even another prop firm that I've used, I've heard some bad things, and I know people are not getting paid out on time. So, so far, so good, I'd say, with Arctic Funding. Like, the ability to trade stocks, the ability to get 100% profit splits. There are some spreads that are a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's not the end of the world if you swing trade, kind of like the majority of what I do now. Not the end of the world. And so it's checking a lot of boxes. The only thing that I would say that people get concerned about or would say, oh man, it's expensive. Yes, but hopefully they're running themselves properly and they can continue to pay people out so that they don't have issues where they run out of cash. If you run out of cash, you're in trouble. Okay? So that's the thing. There is also rumblings of the whole prop firm space this year coming up, things getting flipped upside down. So if they do, I'm sure I'll talk about it at some point. If they don't, they don't, and they will operate as normal. So my view here was, this is a test case. My plan is to eventually, or soon this year, to buy the largest account, like we were just talking about here, to go in and purchase a 100% profit split on the stock, $200,000 account with a DX, connect it to my trade copier so I can take the exact same trades that I take on the smaller accounts. My plan is to do exactly that. And I was not going to do so until I have truly tested the payout process a couple of times, gotten payouts, know how fast they are. Is it worth it to go this route? Or would it make more sense just to fund my own accounts and trade my own capital and build my own capital back up to a point where, I could essentially trade the same size, which would take me a lot longer to build the capital back up to that size based off of how much I can put in each month from my own income, at the same time also profits. But I would do it if I had to, and that made more sense than going with these guys. So that's kind of my view and my take. Hopefully it was helpful. It took, again, like from the 26th to the 4th, and on the 4th, I had the money in my bank, which, by the way, the 4th was a Saturday. The 4th was a Saturday. The money was in my bank account Saturday afternoon after getting paid at 10:45 a.m. Saturday morning through Rise. So that's my experience. Hope it was helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll leave a link to Arctic if you're interested down below. So far, so good. Nothing terrible. But I'll be honest, when I have bad things to say, I'll be honest with you. Peace.